going to go ahead and taking that side, because the side is so big, using an elastic band. Then we're going to go ahead and shorten the sleeve and take it in because it's so huge. Now go ahead and flip your shirt on the wrong side, and we are going to mark that middle section where we want our elastic to be. That way the shirt will be tapered towards our waist. So I'm just doing that 6 inches, and I'm just marking that section where I want it to be. Now after marking your shirt, we're going to go ahead and stitch the elastic band on. So this is how I did mine, and I'm going to fill in the spaces. And as usual, make sure you pull the elastic and the shirt so you don't create enough wrinkles. That way it won't be perfectly done. So after doing that, this is what the back of my shirt looks like. Ugly as hell, but we can fix that just taking the shoulders. So go ahead and mark 1 inch to take in that shoulder. You have to remove both sleeves, so just cut it off, and then you can go ahead and mark your shoulders. Stitching your shoulders, go ahead and cut away that excess fabric. So after taking in my shoulders, this is what it looked like, and I totally hated how it turned out. So this is what I did. I went over and decided to turn it into a top, which is so much better. So after cutting away that fabric, just fold the ends, and we're going to go ahead and zigzag stitch all the way around. After that, go ahead and take in your sleeve to your liking, and after doing that, I'm just folding over the hem and neaten it because the sleeves were too long. Now go ahead and flip your sleeves on the right side with right side facing right side. So you can go ahead and attach back the sleeves that you removed. And of course, I love to always pin my sleeves to the armhole before I decided to stitch it, just to make sure everything is lined up perfectly even. After attaching our sleeve, this is what it looked like. Oh my god, I'm so loving it already. Now for the string at the front, I'm going to remake it using a piece of fabric that is left over from our shirt, because I think that it would look way much better. Okay, so to make this string, first you need to measure the width of 1 inch, but I did mine way too big, and I actually ended up remaking it because it was too big. So make sure it's 1 inch, and you will see why. And make sure it's the same length as our old strap. So to make this, we're going to fold this in one time, and then we're going to fold it in again from the other end, and go ahead and top stitch all the way around. So we don't want to make this too big, because that way it won't be able to fit inside the eyelet, which is what happened with me. What I was saying, it couldn't fit because it was too bulky on the inside, so I had to go ahead and remake it. And after doing that, this strap is way smaller, as you can see. So my best advice is measure an inch width first. Okay, now for my favorite part, the bedazzled, glamorous glitter rhinestone part, which I'm going to be using to add more oomph for my top. So go ahead and just play around with your rhinestone. That's what I did. I was trying to figure out which layer looks better. After doing that, I totally fell in love with the bugs because it actually fits my aesthetic, which is all about nature, which I am so into these days. So I decided to use that, and I was wondering if I should go ahead with this diamond because you girl love diamonds. So after a couple minutes of trying to decide, I finally decide. So I'm going to use my glue gun, which is hot glue. Go ahead and just glue the back of your diamonds or appliques that you're using and just apply it onto our top. Now beware, if you do not have a hot glue gun, you can always use an E6000 glue or fabric glue. I totally love how this came out. Like, oh my gosh. Well, I actually wanted to spice things up more, so I decided to add some metallic glitter embroidery thread, which we are gonna just stitch over the hemming stitch that we did, just like that. It's like so easy. It's actually just doing a backing stitch, which it's called. You just go right behind that current stitch that you did, loop after loop. Now tell me, doesn't that look way much better and sparkly?